Welcome back everyone to the Path of the Awenydd, your guide to inspired living using the power of astrology and tarot. I am your big bad wolf astrologer, Blythe Mardrug, here to guide you into your weekly forecast. This week it's all about opposites, opposites, opposites. We've got Uranus opposite Mercury, we've got the Sun opposite Mars, we have Venus coming up into opposite aspect to Neptune. And not only that, we've got the Sun and Mars also squaring up to Jupiter, Saturn, and Pluto, creating a T-square. Also, we've got the new moon in Libra coming up into the end of this week, and we also have the dreaded Mercury retrograde. Yay! I can hear everyone shouting at the same time. And I'm here to guide you on not only how to survive these challenging aspects, but also to how to thrive through them. So I will see you in a few minutes. Hi Scorpio, welcome to your weekly forecast for the week commencing 12th of October 2020. We start the week here in a T-square with your Sun in your 12th house in the sign of Libra, with your Mars retrograde in Aries in your 6th house. And both of these planets are squaring up to Jupiter, Pluto, and Saturn here in your 3rd house of communication. So let's look at this T-square a little bit more closely, because this is going to be the main aspect for all the rest of the week. So you got the Sun here in your 12th house. So 12th house is your hidden self. So you're feeling a bit subdued, I think, lately in this last month, or last a few weeks. And will until the Sun moves into your own sign of Scorpio and later on. So yeah, you're not shining as bright as you normally do. You're feeling a bit subdued, but that energy is still there. It's still working inwardly instead of outwardly, but it's still there. And it's opposite this energy, this Mars aspect, which is retrograde in your 6th house. And the 6th house is about your daily routine, your work and your health, along with some other things. And this Mars is our will. It's what we want to do. It's what we want, and it's our ego. It's how we get motivated. So you're being motivated basically by your daily routine of just diving into your work and getting on with it. Basically, making up schedules, daily routine. That's all for you, and it's very active. So this isn't just like sitting at desk work. That would not be you at all. This is very active work that you like to do, because you got Aries here in your 6th house, which means that you're a very active person when you're doing your daily routines, whatever that is, whether it's like doing running in the morning, yoga in the afternoon, workout in the evening. You probably have a very active job as well. Or if you don't, then you're going to struggle a bit. So, and then you've got this energy between the Sun and Mars sort of clashing. You've got that energy to do the daily stuff, and then you've got that inner personality or your personality that's very subdued. The energy's still there. It's just working inward, and there's that bit of a clash. So you need to find a balance between being able to work on yourself, working on your mental health, and finding the energy to do what you need to do in your daily routine. So that's that mental health idea. Just make sure there's a good balance there. But then you have both of these planets squaring up to your house of communication, your 3rd house. This is, you got Jupiter, you got Pluto, you got Saturn here. They're all squaring up in this house of communication, short journeys and learning, as well as local community as well. You've got there. I think communication here is usually the ideal with this house. We're always talking about communication. So you got Saturn here. You're feeling very restrictive. being able to communicate. You got Pluto here wanting to dig a bit deeper, finding the true meaning behind what is being communicated. And you got Jupiter here, which is usually very exuberant anyway, and really good looking, lucky go guy, you know. But that energy is being amplified by the Sun and Mars together, so you tend to overdo things. So I mean, this could be study. This could be like some kind of general study that you might be having a hard time finding time for, and you're overdoing it, and you're trying to find some meaning or trying to understand it all, and it's just not happening. Or it could just be communication. And it's also about how you relate to your siblings, your neighbors, things like that. So that's, yeah, it's that communicating with people close to you, close in your environment. What we have. So the thing with this T-square, it causes a lot of tension. It's going to cause a lot of tension with your mental health, and it's going to cause a lot of tension in your day-to-day, and you're communicating with your friends and family. The release valve of a T-square is usually this void space where you sort of got like it's a void space opposite the focus planets. So you just need to find, it's like a fourth leg of a table, and you just need to put some activity into this situation here. Here we've got a focus on spirituality, your philosophy, higher learning, and you got Cancer. So Cancer here is you feel more at home in the higher ideals in philosophy that you can express. And so the earthly Capricorn here, which is very much trying to ground everything. And Cancer, you feel protected by like philosophy and politics. That's your home turf, basically. You have a great understanding of the safeguards within the system. So that's how you can deal with this. It's just taking that philosophy of life, of being at home with yourself, setting boundaries with your religion and your philosophy. And then we've got this Uranus in your 7th house of your personal relationships, retrograde, opposite your Mercury in your own sign of Scorpio in your 1st house. This is how you express yourself. So basically you got this great communication going, expressing yourself verbally or in any kind of media really. It's just you're really great at showing your intelligence at this time. And it's opposite this rule-breaking Uranus in your relationship house. So you're throwing tradition to the wind in some kind of relationship aspect. This could be close personal friends, partners, romantic partners, or business partners. Yes, and this is sort of got its own little T-square. It's not a very big aspect because it will finish quite soon, but you've got the aspect of career here with Moon and Leo being in your career house. So you're very dramatic in your career, and there's an emotional tie to it at this moment, which is balancing out or constricting you in your expression and your partnerships. It could be the rule breaking is causing some tension between you and a business partner. But you're able to, as long as you're able to express yourself intelligently and get your points across, which you should be able to at this time, you should be fine. You've also got Venus here in your 11th house of friendships and goals and dreams, trining up to Uranus and sextile to Mercury, which is causing a bit, being able to release that tension that opposite is causing. You just need to be able to use that charm. It's just basically charm. You're charming your social circles and being able to be charismatic in how you express your goals in your dreams. And you also got that dream of the finer things in life. That's at this moment in time. That's what you are thinking about more and less, especially in your everyday situations. Because Virgo is more about your everyday situations. It's about being schedules and work. So that's something to do with work as well. You got a lot of fringe at work, I would have imagined. What we got? And then if we move further on during the week, we can see that Mercury is coming into conjunct with Venus here. That is helping out that tense situation with that T-square between the Sun and Mars here, about your inner expression and your daily routine, causing that issue with that communication issues. So you got here with Venus and the Moon trining up to these planets that are in communication house. So it's basically, I think it's saying if you're being quite sensitive to the people around you, which is a good thing. You're being very charismatic, you're being very charming, and you know how to express that, and that people are seeing that, and they're able to be able to relate to that, because this is the house of friendships, and not really close friendships, but like acquaintances and things like that. And so it's that way of thinking, that sensitivity and charisma that you've got there, that's helping this communication house and the people that are like neighbors and things like that, people that are locally close to you. So that's helping out as well. We do have Mercury going stationary retrograde on the 13th, which is in your sign. So how you are expressing yourself could be misconstrued. So you just need to make sure that you are taking double the time to think about what you're saying or what you are expressing in yourself, and making sure that it's the right mass that you want to, or the right situation. You want to be able to express yourself in the right way. And with Mercury retrograde, starting its retrograde, which is going to be 3 weeks, and it's going to slowly go back into your mental health here, or your 12th house. You could be, the way you express yourself could be misconstrued, or there could be some kind of miscommunication, which will affect your, at the moment, it will affect your relationship as well in this unconventional relationship that you've got, possibly. You've got both Venus and the Moon trining up to Uranus and Mercury still, which is helping to resolve that that tension. These two are also now opposite to Neptune in your 5th house of creativity. Neptune is about idealism and dreams, and you got Pisces here, so your creativity is closely associated with how your spirituality, how you feel about the spiritual realms, about things that are hidden as well. You got that dream light, so your dreams are helping you express your creativity. You're getting very inspirations from your dreams. There's this artistic flair coming through that could represent some kind of spirituality to you, and it's being able to express that to other people, how you're feeling, and that mental wellness sensitivity that you have here. You think that you can only do one thing at a time, so you've got this creativity here that's very mystical, very spiritual, and then you've got your friendships up here, your goals that are very sensitive and caring and loving people, but they're very, very practical. But there's a marrying up. So these practical people will help you contribute to that spirituality, spiritual artistic side of yourself. Or it could be that they can help pull it into the physical world, be able to help with that. And if we move further along in the week, going up to Friday, we've got the new moon in Libra, which is in your 12th house. The moon is coming into that T-square as well. And new moons are quite good because they're beginnings, new beginnings. A new moon in Libra represents new beginnings in relationships or partnerships, where you want to want justice and be able to work with other people. Very good at doing that. Unfortunately, this tension gets added in with the new moon, because the new moon comes up and squares again with these three. The Saturn is no longer in the T-square because it's no longer squaring up with Mars, but there is a square with the Sun and the Moon at this point. And the Sun and Moon are acting more or less like one. You've got the inner and outer expression, but because it's in the 12th house with you, all that's still very subdued. And I think this communication, maybe you're expressing yourself isn't coming across in the way you communicate, and because it's hidden, and people, when you're trying to get your point across, it's not coming out very well. So you just need to again, just make sure that just think about what you're trying to say and communicate, and that will come through. And then you've got Mercury still in trine with the Pluto and Jupiter, which is that charisma and your sensitive and charm that you've got here. That's helping the communication out no end. And then at the end of the week, we've got the moon conjunct with Mercury, so you're expressing how your inner self, still got that more Mercury retrograde, which may cause some issues, but as long as you keep it slow, keep it easy, and write down what you want first. Think about what you're trying to say or trying to express, and then you can do it. As long as you can keep it simple and take your time in how to express it, then this tension between you and this partnership should resolve or balance out. Okay, and then you've got this trine with Neptune here in your creativity. So the creativity is acting as a release to this opposition with the moon. So that sensitivity is expressing itself in the creative side, and is helping that situation between how you're expressing and your partnerships. Right, Scorpio, I hope you liked the video. If you did, thumbs up, and please subscribe, and I will see you later. Thanks, bye.